So today's Sunday. I'm dropping off Curran at his friend's house, and Mark is gonna go surfing on the east side, and that means I have the whole house to myself and I can get some stuff done today. Yes! So today's gonna be the day that Mommy's actually gonna unbox that camera, the one that I bought last weekend. Who does that? Who buys a camera, especially somebody who likes to film stuff, and then doesn't open it for a week because they're busy doing other things? It's kind of embarrassing. So it's Sunday, and my goal today was to unbox the camera. I've taken the camera out of the box, but I haven't even put the battery in the thing. And I wanted to show it to you guys. I just finished editing yesterday's post, and I'm about to go open up that camera. However, it's nearly 2 o'clock, kind of tired, and I thought I would make a cup of coffee so I'm fully energetic while showing you this camera that I got. First, let's make some coffee, then we'll look at the camera. Now that I have my cup of coffee, I feel like I could probably deliver a little bit more energy with this unboxing of this camera. Okay, so first and foremost, if you're wondering what I'm drinking, Papua New Guinea. I made it into a bulletproof, but I actually made it too weak. I'm kind of bummed. Definitely drinkable, but could be better. But onto the camera. So speaking about the camera, the reason why I got a new one is because I've been shooting on my iPhone and my GoPro a little bit, and very rarely on my 5D. So I have several Canon cameras, DSLRs that shoot video, and honestly they're just heavy, they're hard to carry. And when I went to Vancouver, I just brought my iPhone and I shot the vlog on it, and the biggest issue for me is sound. So when I went to Best Buy last week, I was looking for something that had an audio auxiliary port that I could perhaps affix a small compact microphone like I use on my 5D, the Sennheiser. So this is the Sennheiser that I'm talking about. It's super compact, and considering there's a singular auxiliary audio port, it does the job. It requires one AAA battery, and it's pretty simple. For what I'm looking to do, it does the job, and I can't complain. So when I went to Best Buy to look at cameras, I came across the M3. I read a lot of reviews about this camera, and quite frankly, it didn't get amazing reviews, so I'm not sure if I'm actually going to keep it just yet. I have 14 days till I have to exchange this camera, so seeing as though I'm just bringing it out of the box now, we'll see what I think about it. But I bought it last weekend. I think I bought it last Saturday or Sunday, so I'm already like 7 or 8 days into my... No, I couldn't have bought it last Sunday because I was in Canada. I must have bought it last Tuesday. I don't even know when I bought this camera, but I know I know factually that it's been several days. It's been sitting just like this in this box, and I haven't touched it. So my biggest complaint about the 5D, and possibly one of my only complaints considering how much I love this camera, is the fact that it's gigantic. So I wanted something way more compact. But when I went to Best Buy to look at the cameras, I originally wanted to look at the G5X and the G7X. I wanted to do a comparison because I know that they're really compact and they're pretty popular for blogging. I came across this camera. The thing that sold me on it was the fact that it has this auxiliary audio output and this hot shoe, and I was thinking that it could definitely work for my sound. And that was an important factor in my choice of why I ended up choosing this camera. So at Best Buy they price matched this one. I was thinking that I could use some of my Canon lenses with this camera. So I love the fact that it's a super compact body, it's very lightweight, and it of course has the swivel screen. So as I was saying, the biggest determining factor was the screen, as well as this auxiliary audio port here. First downside is the fact that the battery isn't the same as my other Canon cameras. If I do decide to stay with this camera, I've heard that the battery life is pretty short and that I'll have to have several more. The LCD screen is nice and clear. I'm just gonna put it on fully automatic for now for video because I've not read any of the manuals and I have no idea what these functions do. One of the other biggest defining factors in me purchasing this camera is that it has that intuitive autofocus. So with my older DSLRs, like my 5D, they don't do that. So the cool thing about this camera, of course, is the fact that it has a swivel screen. And that's kind of a necessity when purchasing a camera if you're going to be filming yourself, because you obviously want to see what you're doing. So as Casey Neistat talks about, when you shoot with certain cameras and you look at yourself in the LCD screen, your eyes actually follow the screen, and you have to really make an effort, a concerted effort to look at the lens as it's shooting to you, so that way you look at, like you're looking at the person that you're talking to. So this is something that, it's just a common mistake that people do, including myself. I do it often, especially if I'm like really focused. It's a lot easier to look at yourself and what you're doing as opposed to talking to the person on the screen. So let's just see, with the fact that this has the LCD screen on the top, that might actually help me out in my cause, so I don't have to stay so focused, and it might perhaps be easier to look at the screen this way as opposed to the ones that have the swivel screen on the side, which causes you to look away from the camera as you're looking at yourself talking in the LCD screen, like this. Oh, my hair looks awesome at this angle. So actually, upon first glance, the biggest issue is obviously this lens is not going to work for us. This is the kit lens that comes in the package, and I don't know if you can tell right now, but one, it looks like I'm looking up as I'm talking to the camera, and this is as wide as we're going to get at 18 millimeters. We're going to have to test it out, do a field test, and see what we think. Okay, so the next issue is that the record button is kind of behind. So if you're shooting yourself, you have to know where that record button is in order to push it. So that can definitely be an issue. But this is my first field test shooting with my Canon M3 camera. This is first look at what we're looking at. It's actually, weight-wise, a little heavier than I think I would like it to be, in the sense that even with the small kit lens, holding it out with at arm's length would definitely get tired pretty quickly. Because I've been shooting with my iPhone, as you can see back here, and it's just super lightweight, and you almost never notice it at arm's length. You can talk for a long period of time. The other thing that concerns me about this camera, now that I'm talking to the lens as opposed to looking at myself as I shoot up in the screen, is that its lack of compact size. So it is still pretty bulky considering, you know, and it's not something like my iPhone that I can just throw in my pocket or wrap up in a towel when I go hit the beach, or like my GoPro. So currently, these are the most compact things that I'm using, and they really work well for my blog. So, a couple issues, and my arm is getting really tired holding it out like this. Field test number 2. We just shot a sample video trying the camera with its fully automatic settings as well as its standard onboard audio mic. And in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount my Sennheiser mic, the one I used to shoot with my 5D, onto this little mini hot shoe it has. And actually it's kind of tight going on in the hot shoe, and I don't know if that's just because it's a brand new camera, but I can't say that it slides on easily. And then we are going to plug in the mic to the auxiliary port, turn on the mic, and let's give this one a whirl. Big problem. It's going to be difficult to use the LCD screen with the microphone mounted there. So in this case, the one benefit perhaps will defeat the other. So I think it would need to use the side swivel screen. I don't think this is going to work. Let's just give it a try anyway and see how it goes. So this is camera test number 2. Just using the Sennheiser mic, field test number 2, and just wanting to check to see if the sound sounds a hell of a lot better than it does with the regular onboard mic. And besides that, feels pretty heavy in the arm, gets pretty tired holding it out at arm's length, and I think that I would definitely have to change to one of the Canon prime lenses in order to make this camera more compact. So apparently this camera has Wi-Fi, but I haven't found the function yet, and so it looks like I'm probably gonna have to read the manual to figure out how that all works. Oh, that's the flash. Kind of cute. I haven't figured out the Wi-Fi situation yet, so what I'm gonna do is just go traditional, remove the SD card and plug it into the side of my computer. as far as the new camera went, there's parts about that camera that I love, and then there's other parts about it that I just feel like it may not be a functioning tool in my arsenal of camera equipment. In the meantime, I didn't even bring it with me on this little trip because I got my phone, and it seems like I revert to my iPhone quite a bit. It's because it's just so easy and it's always with me, and it's compact and light, and I mean, again, the quality isn't insane and the sound sucks a lot of the time, but it's still far better than a lot of other options. So for now, sticking with the iPhone. It's Sunday evening. I'm about to go get Curran from his friend's house. I'm very certain that as soon as I get there, the friend's mom is going to offer me a Coors Light. I'm going to say yes to that, and I'm going to feel bad about myself if I don't do anything because I've been sitting on my butt all day. So before I go get him right now, I'm actually just going to jump in the water and do my little run swim here at the beach. Run swim, Coors Light, end of Sunday. 5 a.m. wake up call tomorrow, right back to the coffee shop. So the whole time I was swimming, I just kept tasting like antipesto, and not a good antipesto, like a gross one. So note to self, do not eat next time before swimming.